Iraroa Flavel. Tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Chair. Kia ora ana. Kia ora tātou katoa. Mr. Chair, knowing that time is running out, I thought I'd take the opportunity, having put our case at the start of this debate, to respond to some of the issues that have been put in front of the House tonight. The first one I want to take up is to my colleague from the Green Party and my whanaunga from Ngāti Raukawa, where she sort of put the heat on me by saying that around the Māori communities and Pacifica communities, and did I sort of really, I got the sort of feeling she was having a jab at me, saying, do I really know what they feel? And I've got to tell her that I do know what they feel. I understand what they feel. I've had family members and I've seen family members who've lost their marriages, their partners, their husbands, their wives, their houses. I know what they feel. I wanted to tell her that. The second part that she talked about was that our bill will do nothing. Mr. Chair, I can say in front of this House that the motivation for this bill was against that background of a real desire to do something about the effects of pokie machines on our communities. And I won't resolve from changing that position for anyone. The third part, and I take her point with respect to the racing industry, I accept her amendment and will be supporting it, so she knows, because we're allowed to do that, and we'll see what the outcome of that discussion is. To Mr. Hipkins, I understand his issue with respect to national organisations, but you've heard the response back from the Green member, and sort of leave it there. But I understand the issue around national organisations, and it would have been good for him to put an amendment if he wanted to really shape that one up. To Mr. Ian Lees Galloway, tēnā koe, and the first thing I want to say to him is the word is taihape. Taihape, not taihapi or taihapi. Taihape, just to help him out if he happens to visit his constituency. And one of the things, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, if you're moving into that area. Sorry about that, my apologies. You don't know. So I did wanted to say that Mr. Lees Galloway and a number of members have talked about democracy a lot tonight. And it's all very well, you've got the two major parties, and it's all very well when we talk numbers. But in this case, I don't think it takes too much of imagination to understand that as a small party and getting one or two opportunities to place bills in front of this House, you've got to work with whoever's in line, or else forget it. Now, some people have said we should have withdrawn the bill, and I say, no way. It was put up with the right intentions, and sure, we didn't get everything we wanted, not at this point in time, but the good thing is that we've been able to negotiate, as I said earlier, with the Honourable Chris Tremaine, to be able to move things into the future, and future bills for the Minister. I'm pleased about that because it will still achieve the goal, and we've been looking long-term into the future. And as three members of Parliament in this Parliament, that's how democracy works. You've got to play the game, you've got to understand the game, and I will not resolve from the opportunity that we had to place in front of this Parliament. And it's interesting that those people might disagree with the Māori Party and saying, oh, we should have done more. I didn't hear any bills from the Labour Party with respect to this issue over the time that I've been in Parliament. I haven't heard any of that. I looked at the last order paper. I didn't see any paper with respect to gambling, so please don't preach to me about what I should do. So that's the next part. To the Honourable Marion Street, Mr. Speaker, I'm fine with her discussion, that was all right. And to Sir William Seal, talking about some of the he talked about some of the organisations being a little bit disappointed that it didn't go far. In fact, they said it didn't do nothing. I reject that. I reject that on the basis that, as I say, you've got to put it in the bigger picture about the long-term goal. And I'll just say, as I suppose in closing, that some of the amendments, as I declared at the start of this debate, that the Māori Party will be supporting, because they were a part of the original intent. We didn't get all of the things that we got. We got some, not all. That's well known. So we will be supporting some of those. Others we will not be, and we'll see when we go through the vote in a short space in time. I just wanted to wrap that up to make sure that everybody's clear about what we're doing. And I appreciate, however, the comments that have generally been made and the acknowledgements that have been made with respect to this bill. Hopefully we get another one drawn very soon. Kia ora tātou.
The question is... the question is that clauses 1 to 4 and 11 to 9 stand part, but before we do that, we have some amendments. The first amendment, new clause 4A, it's in the name of Denise Roach, It's an amendment inserting that new clause 4A, and it's set out on SOP number 325. I understand a personal vote is being sought. There is a personal vote is being called. In that case, ring the bells. There will be a 7-minute bell. The ayes will go to the right, the noes to the left. Abstentions will come to the table. The teller for the ayes will be, Ms Roach, the teller for the ayes will be yourself, and the teller for the noes will be Tim McIndoe. Thank you. Any abstentions will be recorded by the clerk, and proxy votes must be marked as such. It's got my proxy. It's got my proxy.